Okay, so let's now talk about anchor tags. These links are used to link one website to another. Suppose you are going through a web page on which we can see some text in blue characters. You probably know it already. If you click on these blue keywords, you'll be taken to another web page. See here, for example, I'm now on a Wikipedia web page. You can see the various links given on this page, and when I click on one of them, I'll be taken to another page. So all of this work is done through hyperlinks and anchor tags. So all these links that you see here on the screen in front of you are known as hyperlinks. Let's go to a random website and see how this works. The website that I just opened is moz.com. Links given on this website are the following: learn more about page authority, learn more about domain authority. These all are known as hyperlinks. When I click on any of these links, a new website will open. Let's click on one of them. So for the sake of this example, I'll pick linkedin.com. You can see that the new page just opened. It's linkedin.com, as expected. Alright, so I'm showing you all of this just to make you familiar with hyperlinks, to make sure that you understand like what hyperlinks are used for. Okay, now let's move back to VS Code, where we'll learn how to create these hyperlinks with the help of anchor tags. Let's now discuss the use of anchor tags. So when I write A, like the letter A, okay, so when I write A, like the letter A, I automatically receive suggestions. I'll click on the first suggestion that I receive regarding the A tag. It's the anchor tag that we will be using. Let me write youtube.com here. I save the file, I open the link in the browser, and here you go. You can see the result right in front of you. The text output I got here on the page is colorful and underlined. Now, if I click on it, the page refreshes, but nothing happens. I can click on it over and over again, nothing will happen. Why is nothing happening? Simply because I haven't put anything in the href attribute. I've just put the text, but not the link that it should take me to. So the href attribute specifies the URL of the page that you need to go to. Okay, that said, I need to paste the link of youtube.com inside the quotation marks of the href attribute. Okay, done. And now when I go back to the page I created, I click on it, and here you go. The website takes me to the YouTube page. This is how you can link any website to your web page. Now, if you want the website to open in a new tab, simply add target equals quotation mark underscore blank at the same location where I'm adding it now. Okay, so I save the file and I check the output in my browser, and here you go. The YouTube page now opens up in a completely new tab. That's amazing. Images play a significant role in any website. So in this lecture we'll learn about image tags by using HTML and make sure that our website is attractive and appealing to users. You can see a screenshot on your screen right in front of you. In this picture I used an image tag and some attributes. You can clearly see that this is an image tag from the keyword img. Then you can see the attributes src and alt. The first is src and the second is alt. The src or source attribute indicates the location of images. It specifies the pathway of the picture. The alt or alternative attribute works when our website is slow and can't load properly. When this happens, picture wouldn't display on our screen, but the text will be displayed instead. The user will then know that there should have been a picture right there, and that they cannot see it because their internet connection is so slow, or that the browser is not loading properly, or it has some problems. So they see this instead. They see the text instead. Alright, let's now move back to VS Code and create an image. First, I'll create an image folder. I'll go to the HTML folder and we'll create a new folder named images. I'll keep all my images inside this image folder so that the browser could search for them easily. You can see I've kept some pictures here in this image folder. I have pic 1, pic 2, pic 3 inside this folder. When adding the name of the image in the tag, remember the format of your images. In this case, it's pic1.jpg, otherwise your images will not be displayed. Apart from that, you need to keep in mind that the image tag has an opening tag only. Don't use closing tags with image tags. Okay, let's now discuss the right way to attach the file. As you can see, I have a folder named HTML5, and inside this folder I created an image folder. I write the name of this image folder first, then I'll write pic1.jpg. Regarding the alt attribute, I'll simply add some text I want to be displayed in case there's any problem. Okay, so I now save this file by clicking on Ctrl S. Then, as usual, I copy the file path, I paste it in my browser. The browser runs and checks the image. And here you go. You can see the image in the browser. You might be thinking, if I make any mistake regarding the syntax of the image location, then what happens? Let's go and see what would happen in that case. So as you can see, if the name of the folder is incorrect, then the browser will only show what we wrote inside the alt tag and not the image. Alright, now I'll use one more image and source. And here you go, you can see the output. We now have two images next to each other. Let's practice and add one more image again. But if you don't want to make any folder, then you can cut a picture from the images folder and paste it in the HTML5 folder instead. As you can see now, the picture is displayed alongside the index.html folder. That was the main folder that we created. And if you have any other folder, then you need to put the name of that folder inside your source attribute. If I give any wrong source, then the images would not be displayed successfully. Okay, so now, since I changed the folder name for picture 3, I can also modify it here. So I need to remove images / okay. I'm now back in my browser. I refresh the page and here we go. We now have 3 images.
Alright, so here's one quick thing I wanted to show you. If I move picture 3 to the HTML5 folder, but don't do the necessary changes. So let's say I move the picture to the HTML5 folder, but don't do the changes in my code. I don't do any changes regarding the path of the picture. Like if I keep it images / picture 3.jpg, you will see that we will have some problems when I go back to my browser and I refresh the page. That's why you have to make sure that the path is correct.
The last things that we'll see in this lecture are the width and the height. So after displaying your images, you can give them some width and height. To do this, I need to add attributes of the width and height. Let's say it's 300 pixels for the height and 500 pixels for the width. I go back to my browser and the width and height of picture 3 will be changed when I refresh the page. So they have changed accordingly, according to my inputs, according to my HTML code. Alright, the next tag that we will study is the paragraph tag. All the tags and elements we use in HTML are used for a specific purpose. They play a significant role when it comes to SEO. For example, we use the heading tags for the headings, list tags for listing, and the paragraph tags to create paragraphs. And all of these tags will have a major impact on our SEO, on the SEO of the website, basically. If you don't know what SEO is, it's simply the process of maximizing the number of visitors to a particular website by ensuring that the site appears high on the list of results returned by search engine. Okay, so here you're looking at the screenshot of a code. We have one P for the opening tag and another P for the closing tag. I've written some text inside these P tags. So this is the syntax of the paragraph when it runs. Let's have a look at it. Alright, so in VS Code, I'll need to use the P tag for paragraph. Then I enter my paragraph content. For simple text generation, I'll need to write lorem followed by the number of words I need. So let's say I need 50 for now. Okay, so here you go. We have an automatically generated paragraph. I'll save the file by pressing Ctrl S, and then as usual, I'll copy the file path. Let's check the result in the browser, and here you go. We have our paragraph generated. Now, let's practice and create another paragraph. I save the file, then I check the results in the browser, and here you go. We have 2 paragraphs now. Okay, so now, if you want to make your text italic, you can use the tag I, then cut the text and copy paste your paragraph in that tag. Try to follow exactly what I'm doing. I now go to my browser, refresh the page, and here you go. We now have our first paragraph in italic. Let's now talk about break tags. Alright, so when we talk about break tags, it means you want to convert one line into 2 lines, or 3 lines, or more. This will make your sentence appear as a paragraph, rather than a single sentence or line. Okay, so how do you do that? On the screen in front of you, you can see the syntax of the break tag. First, you can see that we have a paragraph in between the opening and closing tag. If you want a break at a specific location and want to break your line into 2 lines, you'll need to use the BR tag. You can see how it's done in the screenshot in front of you. To make things clearer, let's go to VS Code and see how we can do this in action. Okay, so first I'll have to write a paragraph using the opening and closing tags that we saw previously. If I go to my browser, you can see the result. We say that this paragraph is inline. Inline elements are simply those which only occupy the space bounded by the tags defining the element, instead of breaking the flow of the content. Okay, so now I want to break these lines. I will add a break after the question mark of the first sentence. Let me go back to VS Code and do this. And here you go. We can see the result in the browser. I can add as many BR tags as I want. Okay, so let me add another one here. I refresh the page and here you go. We have yet another break. Okay, now on to the next topic that we'll explore in this course, table tags. So we use table tags to create tables on our website. It's quite simple. There are 4 kinds of table tags. First, we'll write table tag in the opening and closing tag. This will help identify the table. We also use a border attribute to give a border to the table. Second, we have the TR tag. It stands for table row. You can use the TR tag to refer to table rows. Third, we have the TH tag, TH tag. It stands for table head and is used to create headings for the table. Fourth, we have the TD tag. It stands for table data and is used to make columns. Now in this picture, you can see how I have used these tags depending on the number of rows and columns required. Do not worry if it looks too complicated to you. I'll explain everything as we move forward. Alright, let's now go to VS Code and see how all of this works. Okay, so here I am. Let me first write a table tag. and then I'll write the tag tr. Next, I'll use the tag th. In the first tag, I write a serial number. Then I create a new th tag and write names in this tag. Then again, I create yet another th tag for the age. Okay, so what did I just do? I used 3 th tags to create 3 headings in my table. Now I'll move on to the next row and create tr tags for my second row. Then I will create some td tag in it for the table tag. So first I'll put a serial number, let's say 1. Then I use another td tag and add the name Alan. Then again I create a new td tag and put the age of the person, let's say 40. Okay, so I'm all set now. I save the file and copy the file path. I go to my browser to check the output. So as usual, I'll paste the URL here and you can see the result. You can notice that the border is not visible. Let me fix this by using a border attribute. So here I am in VS Code. I'll add the border attribute and give it a value of 1 pixel. So I'll add the border attribute and give it 1 pixel. And here you go. You can see the result in the browser. Problem solved. Okay, now let's say I want to add some text after Alan. How do I do this? Simple. I just need to go back to VS Code and write some text after Alan. I'll write Joe here. I go to my browser again and here you go. We can see the result. Next, let's say I want to add a row to my table. How do I do it? I'll simply need to create one more row using the tr tag. Then I give some data using td. I put the serial number, name, and age. Then I go to my browser, refresh the page, and here you go. Okay, let's practice more and add one more row. So I'll need to create one more tr tag and add the data inside the td tags. Let me write 3 for serial number, then a name, then an age. All in the td tags. All of this in the td tags. We check the result in the browser and here you go. As expected, we add a row with all the information regarding that person. Now, it's clear that the width of the table cells are too small. So to fix this, let's write some code and increase the width in VS Code. So you'll need to write the width attribute in the opening tag. I'll put it equal to 200 pixels. I go back to my browser and here you go. We can clearly see the result on our screen. If you want to increase even more, it's possible. You put 300 instead of 200 or okay, so just play around with it and once you like a specific size, just stick to it. Next, let's center our table and move it to the center of our page. To do this, just write align equal to center in the opening tag. And then go back to your browser to see the result. Next, if you want to align the text inside our cells, we can do the following. Simply enter the attribute in the table row where you want to center the text, then go to your browser, refresh the page and check the result. Okay, next, if you want to adjust the background color, you can also do that. Go to VS Code and in the opening tag, simply write bg color equals to yellow or to whatever color you want. We go back to our browser, we refresh the page, and as expected, our background color was changed to yellow. Now, if you also want to change the text color, then simply use the font tag where you want to change it. Alright, folks, so this is how you create an HTML5 table, and now on to the next lecture. Next up, we have list tags. List tags are used to display your data in the form of lists. There are 3 types of list tags. UL tag defined as a non-ordered list. OL tag defined as an ordered list. LI tag defined as a list item. In this screenshot, you can see that I'm using the opening and closing tags of the UL and LI tag. the purpose of the UL tag is to create an unordered list. What is an unordered list? It's simply a bulleted list of items. All right, so that's the meaning of the unordered list. Now, when it comes to the li tag, the purpose of the li tag is to display the items. When we use all these tags together, the result will look like this. Okay, let's now go to VS Code and clear out your confusion and see how all of this works. Okay, I'll start off by writing the opening and closing tags for UL first. Then I'll use the li tag to make the lists of items. Then say I want to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this list. I'll save the file, then copy the file path as usual. And here you go. You can see the result of the unordered list that I created. Okay, let's now talk about the ordered list. The syntax of OL is the same as UL. As you can see, we have, as usual, an opening and closing tag for OL, and then the list items inside. The unordered list had no numbering. However, in the ordered list, which we are explaining right now, we have the numbering of the items. So the difference is pretty simple. It's just that an ordered list will have its items ordered by number, whereas unordered lists will have just bullet points. Okay, so here is how the ordered list looks like. Let's now go to VS Code and see in action how this works. Okay, so here I am. I'll start off by writing the OL tag, inside which I'll add multiple LI tags. I'm adding items such as milk, coffee, oil, and money. I'll save it as usual, then I'll check the output in the browser. I'll refresh the page, and here you go. We can see the results. You can also see the difference between the ordered and unordered listing. Regarding the ordered lists, we also have some attributes. You have the option of using either numbers or alphabets to list the items. You also have the choice between capital letters and small letters. If I use the capital letter A to list my items, you can see what I get. In a similar manner, small letters and Roman numerals can also be used. Let me show you. So small letters here, and here you go. Then Roman numbers, and here you go. I really hope that the difference between ordered and unordered lists is now clear to you. And now on to the next lecture. Let's now talk about the video tag. So what is the video tag used for? The HTML video tag is simply used to embed video into your web page. We can upload any type of video on our website by using the video tag. Here you can see a screenshot of the relevant code on your screen. We first have to use the video tag. We then put the sources in it. Then we have to add the video location. Sometimes your browser does not support the video if it has some problems or if it's an outdated version. Okay, so we also need to specify the properties of the video by giving values to the different attributes. For example, the width and height of the video. The controls part of the video is very important as well. In fact, the controls attribute is a Boolean attribute, and when present, it specifies that video controls should be displayed, like volume and other things that the user can control. Okay, let's move on to VS Code and have a practical look at all of this. Okay, so here I am in VS Code. You can see that I've already used the video tag. I gave width, height, control, and added each and everything we saw in the previous picture. If I click on Explorer here, you will see that I have a file called video.mp4. You can add whatever video you want. Alright, so let me change the source name here. My video is called video.mp4, so that's what I'll put here in the source. I save my file, I go to my browser, paste the link, and here you go, we have our output. As you can see, I can play the video and can control all of its features. Now, if you want to use a YouTube video, it's also possible. You will simply need to add the link to your YouTube video in the src attribute. So basically, instead of video.mp4, you simply add your YouTube link. Let me now add another video on my webpage. I will now show you how to code a video on your website in a much shorter syntax and in a much easier manner. Follow closely. Okay, so we'll just write one line of code and convey the same information as we did in the previous video tag. Alright, so first here I use the video tag, then the name of the file and the source, then height, width and controls, and done. I save the file, I open it in my browser, and here you can see the result. If you want to mute your video by default, then simply write muted here. And here you go, the video is now muted. One last thing before we conclude this lecture, keep in mind that there are 3 formats for video files: MP4, WebM, and OGG. These formats support all browsers except the third format, which does not support our video in Safari. So, if you're using a .ogg video file, Safari will not play the video file for you. You can use the following method to upload any type of audio on your website. Use audio tag, source, control, etc. And do remember that the OGG format does not support Safari. Okay, let's have a practical look at this in VS Code. Okay, so here I am in VS Code. I'll use an audio tag and a source name equal to 11.m4a. It's the file name of my audio file. Here we'll use controls and not the width. I'll save this file, copy the file path, and paste the link in my browser. And here you go, you can see the result. And as you can see, we can easily control the audio.